subject for everybody. No worries about it. Let's see what you are going to study in this. Yeah, these are the contents that you are going to study in this, maybe in next 10 lectures or so. For every block, I will try to cover today, in this hour, and tomorrow, next hour. Try to finish this block 1. And tomorrow will maybe 1 or 2 units I will try to see today, and tomorrow 3rd and 4th. Like that, every day 2 units will be covering. This is an overview about the subject that we are going to study here. Okay, and this is very important subject for all the branches. If you are a finance student or operations management student or HR student or marketing student, whoever, this is a common subject. The thing is that the research or the quantitative analysis is common, and for doing the research or doing some analysis part, let us say, if I want to know some, yes, Shwant, you are telling something? Yeah, if you want to do some kind of analysis, if you want to study more, or if you want to analyze the data or to interpret the data, or if you want to come to some conclusions, or let us say, now I want to know the satisfaction level of this PG diploma course. What is the way to get it is my question, right? How I will get it is the question, right? When in this way, 1 second. Yeah, in this way, if I want to know the satisfaction level of the student, definitely I have to collect some data. I have to analyze the data, and I need to interpret or need to give some, interpretations of the data. For example, satisfaction level, let us say in the class, almost including me, 23 students are there, right? And out of 23 students, leave me, there are 22 students are there. What is the satisfaction level of understanding of this quantitative subject? That we need to understand. When to know it, I need to understand, I need to gather the information from each and every individual. Yes or no? After taking your opinions in individual, say, let us say someone said like Abhiram Casey, he said like, I am okay with that. For that, okay, let us say I need to give some 5 ranges. Good, very good, right? Extremely good. These are 3 positive things. Common thing, this is, I am okay, neutral, common thing. You are not telling yes, you are not telling good, or you are not telling bad, you are telling neutral, and you are telling very bad. There are 5 scales, is there. I have given this question to each and every individual. Someone said bad, someone said neutral, few people said good, few people said very good, few people said extremely good. Now I got 5 types of responses from everybody, right? Now, my answer should be, after I got different answers from different people, 10 people said like this, 5 people said like this, 3 people said something like that. Few people told in a different ways, different answers they gave, right? Once they started giving the answers, I need to analyze it. How I need to analyze? I need to apply some tools in that. See these tools? If you see this second block, you will see this business research and data application. This is about the mathematics related things. In other words, business mathematics or the management mathematics for the business people. What kind of mathematics they will do, what kind of things they will understand is the block 1. Block 2 talks about this kind of research. How I need to, what are the basics of business research? How I need to collect the data, right? There are different ways to collect the data. As I told you, I send a questionnaire to you. There are 5 options for each and every question. Sir, Roy sir is good. Someone said bad. Someone said extremely good, right? And the way whether sir is communicating well or not. 5, someone said yes, someone said bad, or something, right? Like what are the ways to always I need to send a questionnaire, or I need to do the interviews. I need to tell these things, and how I need to analyze the data. 10 people said good. 10 people said bad, remaining 22 people said extremely good. How I need to come to a conclusion? See, I can't tell 20% good, 30% good. No. What is 20%? What is 30%? I need to write again in a theoretical way. Okay, Royce or class or this quantitative class or subject is good or bad or extremely good. I need to come to that. For that purpose, we need to understand how we need to collect the data and the different, these are all the analysis parts. Measures of center tendency, variation, skewness, correlation, regression, time series analysis, all these are, these are all for the analyzing the things. And for the block 4, this is again started with the probability. Again, this management, business management related subjects again. Okay, what is the probability of how the again probability in even to analyze the data, we need to have some probability distribution, and in that discrete probability, continuous probability distribution. Next one, 5th block is talking about the hypothesis testing. What is sampling? How much sample we need to do? Actually, it should be here or somewhere. I don't know why they kept here, but whatever. Sampling, how we need to set the hypothesis, and the tests. What are the tests which we have to analyze the hypothesis, and what is the interpretation of the data, and report writing. How we need to write a report writing. See, this is started with, in other words, the data collection, and ended with report writing. If you observe this, from this to this is a research, right? And the first unit talks about the this analysis part and this, but whatever, we will discuss one by one. Okay, let's go into the unit 1 quickly. Right. See, these are the things that we are going to study today. See, whatever important things are there, I will stress on those points, and whatever is less, I will just leave it to you for your further study. Okay. Now, see, let's go into the introduction. I'll show some introduction part and this. Managerial activities have some complex, and it is necessary to make right decisions, avoid heavy losses. This is important word. What is this? See, unless we make a right decisions, definitely if you take a wrong decision, there will be heavy losses, no doubt about it. To make a right decision, right, you require something. For example, whether it is a manufacturing unit, service organization, resource having utilized in an efficient manner, right? Whatever the resources we have, we need to use it in a very effective manner. And how we need to utilize, how many people we need to utilize, all that thing we need to study for this. The full of uncertainty and fast changing and decision making, a vital activity cannot be made on a trial and error basis or by using a rule of thumb approach. Yes, sir. When we have the uncertainty in the future, and there are uncertainties there, and the future also very dynamic. Dynamic means always keep on changing. For that kind of things, definitely decision making. Now, let us say today the business, what you see may not be the same tomorrow. What kind of decisions I need to take? Today, I'm producing 100 products per day, sales, to do the sales. And that is the demand in the market. Now, after 1 week, don't think that same demand will be there. It may be down or it may be high. And when this kind of fluctuations, when this kind of uncertainties are there, we need to take a decision-making activities in a very different way. In this, there is a greater need for applying scientific methods to decision-making to increase the probability of coming up with good decisions, right? The successful use of quantitative techniques by management would help the organization in solving such complex problems on time, with great accuracy and in a very economical way. What is this economical way? Less amount, less expenditure with that. And we want, if we are using some decision, if we are applying the decision, it should be accurate and pakka. Once we apply that particular decision, that will be a win-win situation for everybody, right? We need to understand that fact. Now, how it is evolved, we need to remember this guy, Frederick Taylor, developed this scientific method based towards the study of managerial problems. Later in World War II, scientific and quantitative techniques are developed, operations, and they are very successful. And for the growth and the application of scientific management, decision making in the various fields of engineering and marketing, and not only engineering, in all the fields, these quantitative techniques have applied and it was successful. Now, what is the scope? Scope means up to what extent the syllabus or quantitative techniques, what we are studying in this whole subject, is extended, where it is extended. And a scope means, in the simple words, if I put a light here, a bulb, that is one bulb is there. Okay, I'm showing the mobile. If the light is on, up to what area it is covering, this light is covering, is called the scope. Now, in what are the areas these quantitative techniques where we can apply or where we can, use it? And if you take all these points, 5 points, in finance, in marketing, in productions and operations, in personal management, or in other words, here in HR, or in the general management, even in the software field, in IT, in all other things, this will be useful. In finance, marketing, operations management, in personal management, or nowadays we call it as an HR, and the general management, in developing the softwares, in the software, in everywhere, these quantitative techniques are used. Now, how these quantitative techniques are classified? This is important things. There are different types of quantitative techniques, and these are classified into 3 categories. Just please focus on this. One is mathematical quantitative techniques. Second one, statistical quantitative techniques. Third one, programming quantitative techniques. What is this mathematical quantitative techniques? Data are used along with the principles of mathematics, known as mathematical quantitative techniques. If we use the principles of mathematics, then we call it as this. In that, what is this? Permutations and combinations. What is permutations? If the permutation means arrangement of objects in a different order, in the same order, if you arrange it, then depend upon the arrangements, the total number of objects and number of objects taken at a time of arrangement, the number of permutations or arrangement is calculated by using the formula. What is this? PR is equal to n factorial by n minus r into n minus r factorial. Combination means what? Selection or grouping the object. See, this permutations means if we arrange the objects in a definite order, that is called permutations. If we are selecting a group combining few things, we call it as a combination. This is the formula for the combination. But here NCR is coming, here NPR is coming. Next one is the set theory. There will be sets. You need to, divide the things into the set. Next one, matrix algebra. And the third one, determinants. The powerful device developed out of the matrix algebra. This device is used for finding out values of different variables connected with the different simulation equations. Okay, this is called determinants. And differentiation. See, we are not going to study all these things, but just to try to know that. Maybe in your 10th or intermediate, you did this differentiation, integrations, and differential equations, statistical this is about what is this? Mathematical quantitative techniques. Now, coming to the statistical quantitative techniques, we have collection of data. See, this is important because we are studying this in the second block. What we are doing? Collection of data. We will collect the data and we need to measure the central tendency, dispersion, skewness, and kurtosis. And we will see this in detail. That is why I'm just reading it. Correlation and regression analysis. I think in block 3 or 4 it is there. Index numbers. We don't have time series analysis. We need to do that. Interpolation and extrapolation. Statistical quality control. Ratio analysis. Probability theory. Testing of hypothesis. Program. This is the things. Now coming to the programming techniques. You see, one is mathematical quantitative techniques, statistical. Third one is the programming quantitative techniques. What is this programming quantitative techniques? Here we need to see this. What are these things? This is important. Linear programming, queuing theory. See, I think you maybe studied this linear programming techniques in a different subject. That we call it as an operations research techniques. Maybe few of these techniques, the students who are studying operations management, who are all there here, who was taking operations management as specialization? Hello? And can anyone tell who are all taking operations management here? How many are there? At least one subject you are studying now. Can anyone respond? Can I ask you the question or shall I go in a one way? Hello. Students, at least one or two people. Kalyan?
I think there is no operation OM in the class, sir. We are FM. I am FM from.
I think OM who are all taking OM subject means these are all the people. There is OM is there specialization. I mean, where is that? I have seen that. Yeah, operations management. Whose subject it is? Is it specialization, right? OM.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there are few people who are taking operations management also.
Yes, I am there, sir. Sri Harsha.
Yeah. What's your name?
Sri Harsha.
Yeah. Is the subject introduction is over? Have you attended that class? Okay, today only classes started, no?
Yes, sir. I have attended 2 classes in the morning session.
In the morning session, you attended OM. Operations
No,
management.
sir. That is in the evening. At 4:30. Sorry,
Okay.
3:30 to 4:30.
So different other subjects you attended. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
See, my point here is that, thank you, man. Thank you for responding. In the operations management subject, these programming techniques, many of the subject you will be studying, but we don't have in this subject. But these are the things: linear programming, queuing theory, game theory, decision theory, inventory theory, network programming, PERT and CPM, main important things. Simulation, replacement theory, non-linear programming, sequencing, quadratic programming, and branch and bond technique. Okay, these are the things that you are going to study in this. Now, we are going into the word statistics. What is statistics? It is indicated by the word itself, which seems to have been derived either from the Latin status or from the Italian statista, which is from the German word statistic, meaning all these words is political state. Every state administration in the past collected and analyzed the data. Political state, right? The data regarding population, generally we know that, right? Statistics. We use the word when you are collecting the population census, right? Where they will use these words statistics. Right, data regarding population, give an idea about possible military strength, data regarding material wealth, etc. Okay, it started in the 17th century, and the first work on social status observation on the London bills of mortality was published in 1662. See this, it has its origin from 1662 only, right? During the same period, gamblers of Western countries started using statistics because they wanted to know the more precise estimates of odds at the gambling table. And this led to the theory of probability, right? And again, in India, ancient India has also had the traditional collection of statistics in ancient works such as Manusmriti, Shukraniti, etc. We find evidence of collection of data for the purpose of running the affairs of the state. Right? In many other books also, if you go to the history, counting the numbers, counting the population, and so on, all these things we have seen in that. Say statistics means, in other words, here you see where we have the collection and analyzing data. Remember this, collection and analyzing the data. Now let's see this, what is implied by the pattern of development of the subject, and used in this word statistics has been used in both plural and singular sense. In plural sense means set of numerical figures or data, statistics. In the singular sense, it represents the method of study and therefore refers to statistical principles and methods to develop for analysis and interpretation of the data. But if you combine these four, See, set of numerical figures and data, and analysis and interpretation of the data. You combine these two and write your definition. Can anyone tell this? Add these two words and tell. Singular and plural. What is statistics? Hello. Are you all listening?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're all listening, right? Okay, thank you. Yeah, see this. If you add these two things, set of numerical figures data and analysis and interpretation of the data. Say you collect the figures, numbers, and analyze it. Then both together. Okay. Yeah. Bit tough subject only. Correct. Versus Deepak S1. What you're telling is correct only. This is bit tough subject and bit complicated. Not complicated. See, are you all listening this subject for first time?
Me, first time, sir. I
Okay.
have background of BSc.
Yes, ma'am. Background of?
BSc computer, sir.
Background. But
First time.
in BSc computers, you didn't study mathematics?
Yes, sir.
Someone is talking to me or someone? Vinod Kumar, are you talking?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You are telling something?
No, sir. I'm listening, sir.
Okay. Yeah. See, this is, I also did my BSc computers, maths, physics, and computer science. After that, I did my MBA. And in MBA, I have seen these stats. But of course, in BSc mathematics also, I have seen probability I have studied and different techniques I have studied, not the statistics. Statistics is the collection of data and analyzing and interpretation of the data. That part is different. Mathematics, it's kind of a calculation part. Okay, mathematics is a bit different from statistics, but both are relating to mostly the same family. Because here and there, those mathematical principles we will use. Mathematics, adding, subtraction, and all those things we will use in the statistics, in the analysis part, and even for the figures and data also. Whatever. You need to study this, but understand the concept at least. Statistics, just few points should be in your mind. What is statistics? You will collect the data and you will analyze the data. After analyzing the data, you will interpret the data. 3 words you remember. What is the first word?
Collection of data.
And
Analyzing
the data. After analyzing, you will interpret the data. For your understanding of some example, already I used the same example. Now I want to know the satisfaction level of this subject, my subject. How Roy is teaching, let us say. I just turn. What way I will collect the data? That is another story. You need to understand how I will collect. Let us say simple word to know this. You will talk to every individual, take the opinion of it, right? 27 people are there. That is called direct one-to-one interview. You will see in the block 2. But I'm telling for your understanding. This basic concept should be there in your mind. Say you will have all this question in your mind. Why I'm doing, why this. Okay, now you'll understand this with this example. I have 5 scales. Scale means what? To know whether this class is good or not, whether you are understanding good or not. I'm giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rating. See, this is called numerical data, figures or data. From these 26 members of this class, I have collected the data. Someone gave 4 rating, 5 rating, 3 rating, or 2 rating, 1 rating. See, collection of data is done. How I will get the rating? It may be a Google form. I may give a questionnaire to them directly. The question, or I may ask directly them, or in a different ways I have collected. Now, after collecting, I need to analyze this. What is analyzing of this? Analyzing means, let us say, out of, for your understanding, 100 students are there. 50 students gave 4 rating. And 50 students gave, 5 rating, let us say. That is called analyzing. I analyze the data, rough data I have, 100 members, they gave different data, concept 333. Mostly out of 100, in other words, 50 people gave 4 rating and 40 people gave 5 rating, 10 people gave 1 rating, let us. Now, I got this, I'm analyzing the data. Now I'm coming to, after collecting all the data from this analysis, is that 40 people gave 4 rating, 50 people gave 5 rating, 10 people gave 1 rating. Now, what is the interpretation of this? Interpretation means ardham, ledante meaning of it. What is the meaning of this 10%, 40%, 50%? That means 90% of the people, or let us say 50% of the people are so happy. That is my interpretation. I'm telling the meaning of the analysis of this. What is my main question in my mind? Why I'm doing it, these 3 parts, why I collected the data, why I analyzed that, why I interpreted. What is my main question? Hello? With what question I have started this?
What is the
Numerical
question?
figure and data.
How was the Roy's classes going?
Very good.
That was
Thank you so
satisfactory.
much. Thank you so much. That is my question. See, how is the Roy class is the question. Is there any number in that? No. But when I gave the questionnaire, I have converted my theory, this how is Roy classes. How is Roy classes? I collected the data through the numbers of the figure. That is called, this is see, used numerical figures and data. I used that and I got some data that is called and after data, and that data, the raw data which I have, I analyzed it. In that analysis, I got 40% 4-star, 50% 5-star, 10% 1-star. Analysis done. Now interpretation, 50% of the students are very happy with the Roy-Sir classes. Simple. 40% people are, let us say for 5 rating, I gave that extremely good. For 4 rating, I have given the figure as good. 40% of the students are happy, good. They are telling good with Roy-Sir classes. 10% students are not happy or bad. They are saying bad with the Roy-Sir classes. This is what I'm doing. I'm giving a very basic example. This is what we are going to study. Now, in collecting the data, there are different methods, different styles. A lot of stuff is there. For that, 1 or 2 blocks we'll be studying. For analyzing the data, again, for this only, remaining 2 to 3 blocks we'll be studying. This is a very tough task. Here only you need to operate different tools. To tell 40%, 50%, 10%, for me it is very easy because only 100 is their sample size. See, this is called sample size. Okay, I'll tell you what is sample size, but 100 out of 100, I no need to take the opinion from all 100 students. If I pick up 20 students who are regular, see, this is the thing. I can tell that is called my sample size out of 100. This is simple. Is it clear to you? The concept is clear or not? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, this is the basic foundation. That is what we are studying this, right? This. Now, let's go into this. What is statistics as data? Now, what is statistics as data means here are numerical facts in a department of inquiry placed in relation to each other. Someone give this. This is implies as numerical facts. Those are all figures related to some inquiry or investigation. As in our example, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever these things. Facts should be capable of being arranged in relation to each other. What I am saying 4, extreme good. What I am saying 5, extremely good. Right? Whatever these facts, what I'm telling. Next, there are different meanings are there in that statistics as data. That one word is enough. Now let's go into the different thing. What are the characteristics? Those are all numerical facts, right? We will convert those into the numbers. Those are all aggregate of facts. Say, may not give the exact thing all the time. Those are all aggregate or average related facts we will give, which is or affected to the marked extent by the multiplicity of the factors. For example, business or economic phenomena are very complex in the sense there are a large number of factors operating simultaneously at a given point of time. See why I'm telling now here, if I'm telling business is very tough. All right? Tough means what? There are different factors, right? From the customer point of view, from the investment point of view, from running point of different factors are there. And this is, or when I'm making a statement, ROIs or classes are good, I have considered different factors. Say, not one question I have given 20 questions to 100 students. Based on all these factors, including I am making this statement. We need to understand that. Okay, right. Either enumerated or estimated with reasonable standard of accuracy. This is collected, these statistics are collected in a systematic manner and should be capable of being placed in relation to each other, one-to-one relationship. We need to make it, etc. Okay, the functions are there. Simplification of complex facts. When there is big complex facts are there, we will simplify it by collection of numbers. See, complex ROIs or classes are good, whether good or not. It's a complex thing to understand. I cannot make it in state, but I will convert this to collect the information. I will convert this into the numbers and I'm getting it. There is a comparison in that. There will be relationship between facts. There are formulating is there. Testing of hypothesis will be there, right? Forecasting, right? Foreseeing the things, enlarges individual knowledge, and to indicate trend behavior. What is the trend now? What is the past trend? What is the future trend? Today, the ice creams are sold nicely because the weather that is just too hot is there. And that is the last year's trend. 100 ice creams per day is sold in my street or from some shop. Based on this, in next year, if the summer increased from 54 to 57 degrees, I'm just giving examples. It is increased and we can't be on this earth, but I'm just giving it. What is this? Time series. I will trying to go into the time, future time, classifications of the data. We will see that, measure the uncertainty of the data, and to draw rational conclusions. So we can't, draw the exact conclusions there, right? But we can come with some conclusions. Now, what is the law of statistical regulatory? That we will skip this. Inertia of large numbers. Divisions of statistics. This is also important. Two things. There are descriptive statistics. This is inferential statistics. It deals with the presentation and collection of data. This is important. Descriptive is presentation and collection of the data. And it is usually the first part of statistical analysis. It is usually not as simple as sums, but statistician needs to be aware of designing experimental, choosing the right focus group, avoid biases. Now again, see this, let us say, when I'm collecting the data from the 100 students about the ROI classes, is there any bias? Is there? No, it's not an easy to do the statistics. It is not easy to do something. Like for example, a physicist studying turbulence in the laboratory needs to average quantities that vary over small intervals of time, right? It requires the physical quantities be averaged from the host of data collected through the experiments, right? Now, what is inferential data? Involves the drawing the right conclusion from the statistical analysis. What you have studied in the descriptive, you need to draw those conclusions out of it. And then it is the inferences that make studies important, and this aspect is dealt with the inferential statistics. Conclusion drawing, analyzing presentation and collection is descriptive. Drawing conclusion is the inferential statistics. Where we need to apply this? Government agencies, science and medicine, psychology, education, companies, a lot of things we can do. Now, even though statistics are useful, there are some limitations. Okay. As I told you, this is one limitation. It will tell you the aggregates only, not the exact things. Say based on this 40% or 50% score, if I say this ROIs or classes are very good, It is an average or aggregated answer, not the perfect one, but considerable. It is considerable, right? Statistical methods are best applicable to quantitative data, but not for qualitative data. This we need to understand. Not for qualitative. This is for the quantitative. Quantitative means the numbers. Now, some errors are possible in statistical decision because in the inferential statistics involves the certain errors. Then we are, drawing the conclusion, there will be some errors. And in statistics, we use so many methods to find a single result. For example, variation can be found by quartile deviation, mean deviation, standard deviation, and results vary in each case. See, if we are using different methods and different results may come. One limitation largely deals with the averages, right? It is not a one answer, it is an averages or aggregates we will take. There are some fundamentals like inertia of large numbers, law of statistical regulator consider. They are not exact. If sufficient care is not exercised in collecting, analyzing, and interpreting the data, statistical results might be misleading. This is the thing. If we are not fair enough in collecting, these three important words you need to remember: collecting, analyzing, interpreting. That is basic things of the statistic that we have seen in introduction. If it is not carefully done, it may be misleading also. There are some limitations. Okay, there are some softwares for the statistics. This is called the SPSS. SAS is there, DAP, Stata, Minitab, Adamsoft. Okay, these are all the softwares that we have. SPSS is the most popular software. Anyway, we are not going to study this in the syllabus, but this is a very good software, and many of them know this. SPSS stands for Statistical Packages for the Social Sciences. This is another one: Statistical Analysis System, Data Analysis and Interpretation, STATA. Right, this is another one. Minitab is another one. Package. This is all softwares, right? For different application, there will be some advantages, right? Use it for optimal allocation of the scarce resources. These are used to be purchased, so maintain a balance between cost of hiding. These are PERT CPM helps to determine the earliest and when we can. This PERT CPM we don't have in the sums, but this will help you to understand and how much time the project can be done. And there is another one: decision tree analysis is there, simulation is there. It will help you to understand what is the best course of action you can take. It is used to minimize the cost. Replacement theory also help you to determine the most economic replacement policy, when you can replace the mission. We don't have in the syllabus, but this is one of the quantitative things. See, statistics is a very huge subject, but quantitative techniques are a huge subject for the research. But we are studying the limited things out of this. Okay, limitations are there again. Quantitative techniques, and of course we know how these QT quantitative techniques are used in business and management, for decision making, for scientific research, for choosing the good strategy, and for enabling proper deployment of the resources, where we need to allocate, how many we need to allocate, and the ultimate aim of doing in production is minimizing the cost, right? This is the thing. Okay, and just to see these keywords, you will understand. Statistics means what? Statistical data means what? Okay, what is descriptive statistics? Descriptive statistics will deal with the presentation and collection of data. What is inferential statistics? Drawing the right conclusions from the statistical analysis. Okay, let's go to the second unit very quickly. Functions and progressions. If you are what should I say, mathematics students, you will understand this very clearly. And is there anybody who studied mathematics in your intermediate or graduation level? Are you all there? Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, anybody studied functions and progressions? No,
Not
yes.
remember.
Not remember. Yeah, I think for passing the 10th, I think you might be studying this 10th class. Okay. Maybe you heard about this arithmetic, this what is function, solutions, and this sequence and series. You heard about AP, arithmetic progression, GP, geometric progression, etc. See, these are the basics for the functions and programs. I will also tell like a basic. Okay, see, in the functions, we need to understand few things. There are few keywords in that. Constant numbers, constant. What is this? I said 2x. What is constant number in this? 2x. Which one is 2 is constant. Why we are calling it as a constant? 2 is always 2 every time. Now you are telling x. What is x there in 2x?
Variable.
Why you are calling it as a variable? Because it will vary. X may be 1, x may be 2, x may be 3, or x may be 5. Anything it will be. That is why in 2x, 2 is constant, x is variable or which will varies. Okay. And anything. They may denote with different thing. Parameter. What is parameter? Okay, let's see this. If the value of the quantity that is constant in a particular situation, but which can vary from one situation, that is known as the parameter. See, the quantity that is constant in a particular situation, right? A parameter is a quantity that influences the output or behavior of the mathematical object being held constant. Parameters are closely related to the variables. And the difference is sometimes just as a matter of perspective, how you will see it, right? Changes more slowly. See, if these variables are viewed as changing, while parameters typically either don't change or changes more slowly. The parameter is in between the constant and the variable. That in that way you understand. If the value of the quantity whose measures varies with this, I mean, this is the thing. If it is measures based on the situation, varies based on the situation, then we call it as a variable. Like x is a variable, y is a variable. Like that, we will take x may be 2, x may be 3. Right now, what is a function? It is a mathematical relation which the values of a single dependent variable is determined by the values of one or more independent variables. Right? Function means the dependent variable is determined by the independent variables. Okay, please remember this definition. Now, what is dependent variable and what is independent variable? Now, see this here, the variable x is regarded as the input to the function. This is a function ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, or f of x is equal to this. Now, if x value is 5, what will be the equation answer? 5x square plus 5b plus c, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Now, the variable x is regarded as the input to the function. If x is 5, equation will change. And x is 6, equation will. The letters of alphabet A, B, C are called as the parameters that determine the behavior of the function f. Yes, sir. For each value of the parameter, we get a different function, right? If it is A is different thing. Someone said A has 2, B has 3, C has 4. And the total overall function will be changed. Now, domain and range of a function. The function is a rule corresponding mapping x to y that assigns to each real number input to a certain set of d. On real number y, the input, the d is called as the domain of the function and y is called the value of the domain d. It refers to the x as the independent variable and assumes the y as x runs through all the dependent called the range of the function. See, range functions here I say x range is between 1 to 10 only, right? And I cannot change. It will be there. What are the types of function? Constant functions will be there. Algebra functions will be there as it is expressed in this. And a monomial function will be there, right? Like this. And polynomial function will be there. Okay. This is the polynomial. If it is cube is there, polynomial. There are the univariate function will be there. It will be only single independent variable. Multivariate, more than one independent variable. This is called multivariate function. What is linear function? If the degree polynomial function 1 is the linear function. So here degree x is 1, x power 1. And the most general form of linear function, x plus b is equal to linear. Quadratic function, if square is there, then it's called quadratic function. If 3 is there, this is called the cubic function. And this is how they will identify a function. There will rational function, trigonometric function. These are the things, sin x, cos x, so tan theta, all these things comes under the trigonometric function. There are exponential functions, a power x, 3 power x, etc. Algorithmic function, log x, log ax, like this. Okay, now what are the solutions for the functions? We need to understand here. What is solution for a function? I said x square plus 2x. 2x square plus 3x is equal to 0, I said. What is the solution for that 2x square plus x is equal to 0? I'm not telling what is the solution. What is the solution? Say, in simple words, finding out the value of x is called the solution for a function. Simple. Hello, are you understanding?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, finding out the value for x is called solution for this function. Very simple, right? We don't need to go to all these examples. Now, what are the managerial applications where we will use this? All these things means one is break-even analysis. Where it is applied? It is in economics, business, and cost sector, referring to the point in which the total cost. One second. Yeah, the total cost and the total revenue are equal. If the cost of my product and if the amount which I get from after selling the product, if this is called the break-even point. You can see the example here where this is applicable. Second one, cost function, right? And the third one, demand function, to understand the demand of the factors market. And the next sequences and the series. What is sequence and what is series? Word sequence denotes certain objects or events occurring in the same order. The same order, if it is going, it is called the sequence. No, because we need to understand whether it is in a same order going or not, unless you tell whether it is in the sequential order or series order, right? Say if it is a sequence, let us say 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. In this sequence, these things are going on. 1, 4, 7, 10 is there. Plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. Hello? Yes? Are you asking them now? Deepa Kesavan? No, I think she is unmuted. Okay. Now see this. This is sequence. Position 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the sequence it is going here? What is the gap between one number to the another number?
3.
Yeah, plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. In one sequence it is going. These are the examples. You can see that there will be some sequence, right? And there will be series also. Like we have the sequence like this, and there is series obtained from this is called the series. Right, from this we write Sn for the sum of these n terms. This is called the series, right? Sn, I denote this total sequence as one number Sn. That is called a series. Sn is the series, sum of these n terms. So although the ideas of sequence and series are related, if you are writing just like this, Sn. Okay, where n is equal to something you need to mention. That is called the series. Now, what is AP? Arithmetic progression. It is a sequence of each term after first is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding. This is called a common difference. Remember this? Arithmetic sequence or progression. we already learned what is sequence means, right? If all the difference between one number to the another number is same, then we call it as an arithmetic progression. What is AP for this number, for this series?
4.
4, simple, right? Because the difference is 4. And in the second, 6. And in the third, it is D. See? One D added, another D added, another D added. The difference between one number to the other number is AP, simple, arithmetic progression. Okay, there are some properties in that, there are some illustration. Now, if you know the series, then you will understand. If the order is there, let us say there is one series in there, and find the seventh term of the AP, in which the first term is 11, and the common difference is 4. Difference between one number to one number is 4, and the first term is 11. It started with 11. Simply, you can take 11 plus 4, 15, 15 plus 4, 19, 19 plus 4. Like that, if you
23.
keep on writing, oh, you will get the seventh term. Instead of that, we have formula. Very simple. A1 plus n minus 1 into D. What is n? 7. Because we want the seventh number. A1 is 11 because they have 10. This A1 means what? First number in the series. And what is the difference? D. Difference, you know, first number, you know, and we are not able to apply the formula. Start with 11. 11 plus 4. Second term, 15. Third term, 19. Fourth term, 23. Fifth term, 27. Sixth term, 31. Seventh term, 35. Eighth term, 30. Seventh term, 35. We came right? Right. Or else directly apply the formula here. A1 plus n minus 1 into D. You apply what is A1, what is n, and what is D. You will get this. Okay, like that you see this.
Yeah,
Now, arithmetic.
hi, Rai. Sorry for interrupting you. Now
Yes,
time is 2:30. I think.
Yes, we will stop here.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll stop here. Thank you for reminding the time. And I think, okay, I think another faculty also will be coming now. Yeah, okay. Have a nice day. Tomorrow we'll continue the class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Rai.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.